This is completely normal. Real talk. I ain't even tripping. Anyway. Oh, so anyway, the gangster dude posted this interview. Watch this interview right here.
Investigation of the police department about a bag all of a sudden showing up because of, taking up $1 million with a jury, that's a serious felony.
Yeah, it is. And we're sending private investigators down there to get all our witnesses to everybody who had all the officers. We're getting all the private investigators to go down there, build our case. This is a criminal case and a civil case. So this is only the beginning, man.
I understand a civil case, but do real street steppers get a pass when they can give statements on criminal cases? Is this the only time they can get on the stand and it will be okay sending someone to jail?
This is why I said it's going to be a very sticky situation. You know what they're going to do? They're going to say, well, Boosie, you are imploring the cops to lock up whoever stole the money out of your account. You see, the thing with snitching is that, put it like this. Again, remember, snitching originally should have been, right, defined as I do a crime with one of y'all and I get caught and I say, hey, I'll tell on you for a lesser time. Or let's say we get caught together and I say, yo, I'll cooperate against him. Let me get out. But snitching, because everybody, streets are basically the Olympic Games of cooning, right? Like, when you think about the streets, it's the Olympic Games of cooning. And everybody just moved that the definition of snitching to an extreme level. So now the definition of snitching, you know what Boosie said it was? And this is why they're always going to hold people to their word. Boosie said snitching is helping the police solve any crime. Now, here's the thing. Back in the day, Boosie used to, when a cousin stole money from his bank account, Boosie implored the bank or authorities to figure out who did it. Again, perfectly normal if you're a regular citizen and don't believe in this snitch nonsense. You're not doing no crime with somebody. Somebody did something to you. This is your money. But according to street codes, then, if you are helping or engaging or telling the cops to go investigate something that's going to lead to somebody arrested, are you then doing what you claim is snitching? This is what I'm telling you. Snitching will never make sense. It will never make sense. And he who calls people a snitch will eventually get called a snitch. Look, Boosie interview snitching. Let me see. I think he describes what snitching is. Let me see.
That's the son. Yeah?
Son, you to get away. On seed. He's turning on his own. Been like he ain't no bitch.
No, hold on. I got it. There's an interview where he kind of describes snitching. I think this is a
store. I was walking towards Dillard's to go out the mall. Security approached me.
By the way, chat, who's this guy? Like, I've seen him a bunch. Like, I see him on a lot of these videos.
And told me, boy, get out my mall. So when he said that,
Boy, get out my mall.
Yeah. He told me, boy,
He
get
just
out.
approached you.
Yeah. He said, boy, get out my mall. So I was like, I'm gone, man. I'm gone. So as I'm walking out, as I'm walking through Dillard's, my niece, who's pregnant with twins, she.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to find that full interview. Where the fuck is that shit at? What's the name of that short dude who was interviewing? What's that nigga's name? What's that nigga's name? That's why we need shorts. What's that nigga's name? No. Oh, Roland Martin. Okay, yeah. Roland Martin. There we go.
Yeah. Witnessed the last, if you look at this video, when he sprayed me afterwards, the cop doing this also because he obviously he was hit also. So the cop came at the third.
So again, if we go by the ridiculous rules of what snitching is, right? So if you don't know this case, and I'm just trying to summarize things for y'all. Boosie got in an altercation and he said that the police I guess after they detained him or whatever, they took his jewelry and he never got it back. So he felt like the police stole his jewelry, and he wanted somebody to do something about it. He said, there should either be charges filed, whether criminal or civilly, but because the cops stole his jewelry, blah, blah. Now, here's the thing. This is back to the people who believe in no snitching. If Boosie, and I was trying to get that clip where he was saying, his definition of snitching is helping the police solve any crime. So cooperating with the police is snitching at all, right? Well, if you help other police catch these police, isn't that snitching too? Now, again, I agree with what he's doing. I don't think that's snitching, but I think everybody is in a gangster Olympics that they put themselves in a box that anytime some real shit happens to you, like, bro, if you crash your car, you got to call the police. And when the police come in, they said, yo, what happened? If the drunk driver literally T-boned your car because they ran a red light, you have to speak to the cops. You got to tell them what happened, right? That's just what it is. You have to say, hey, I was going on a green light. This guy came. You got to speak to the cops. You know what the cops is going to do with that information and also their own investigation? They're going to arrest the guy. Are you snitching? Only an idiot would think that. You're not snitching. Same thing, which this is another thing which I can't wait for the hypocrisy. That's why other people I think are shutting the fuck up because they realize this snitching shit got too far. See, Boosie wearing these chains, like I even just bought some chains. I gotta get it appraised and insured. I'm about to do that like in 2 days. Why do you do that? In case it gets lost, it gets snatched, whatever. You could go to your insurance company and say, well, these chains cost $200,000. Could you compensate me for the $200,000 I lost because of your insurance? You know what happens when you have those type of insurance? The first thing they're going to say is call the police. We need a police report. We need them to investigate it, and then we're going to investigate it before we pay you a dime. Otherwise, niggas will be doing all type of frauds. So you got to call the cops. When the cops show up, could you just be like, well, I ain't talking to the cops? Say you see the thieves on your security camera. Are you going to say, no, I ain't going to give you the security camera because maybe you could arrest somebody off of it. Well, you're not going to get paid by your This is what I'm telling you. This snitching thing, people have taken it too far. But I love it. You know I love it? Because everybody, we're going to get to the point that they're going to call everybody a snitch. And then they're going to realize, yo, this is just ridiculous. Or they're going to actually be forced to make actual sense of this snitching thing. You get what I mean? Now, do I think Boosie's a snitch? Hell to the no. But this is the problem with when you try to be the arbiter of snitching. In the music game now, everybody wants to comment on what somebody else did, even though they're not doing crimes or affiliated with it. That's why I played that T.I. clip. Now, I get it. If you're in the same gang, somebody snitched on the gang, somebody snitched on a few dudes you're cool with in the gang, of course, it's definitely in your benefit and in your best interest to know who's doing that and for you to operate on it, that you can make sure yourself is safer, that you don't get indicted, clearly. But you have a bunch of rap friends. Like, these guys, like, all they do is pop bottles and drink the same tequila together and smash the same girls. Yet, they're caring who is snitching over there. You know why? It's not really that they really care. It's because it makes them look tougher. Remember, all of them dudes in Atlanta, even YSL, while they were doing we're the real gangsters, they were like, Young Thug was rapping about 6ix9ine. You know why? He looked tougher. We look like we not the snitches when we call out the snitches until it hits home. So this is what I'm really like looking to see just the hypocrisy, and people will be like, yo, act, whatever. Listen, this is not no fucking thing with like 6ix9ine. Like, as I said, 6ix9ine career is probably gone and done. Who cares? Here's the point. I love to watch people be hypocrites. I be watching it every time. My favorite, I go online every day and I type in rapper snitched. And I like hearing them argue. I'm like, you know what I mean? Shit, sometimes I be eating popcorn. Shit, sometimes I just grab a slice of cheese. I say, they eating it. Let me eat it too. So anyway, I think Boosie's going to realize that, even as solid as he is, they're going to start throwing dirt on his name for dumb shit because snitching has no parameters. I've always said street codes are meant to keep people incarcerated, not keep people free or not allow people to get out earlier. If you're going to be a real dude, you're not going to have a defense. You're not going to raise great questions about just regular things that could maybe make you look innocent in an investigation or trial. You're just going to be a real nigga and go to jail. So the real niggas, they just go to jail. So the free ones is usually the ones that all right, bet, play this. You know what somebody's going to say to Boosie? Them cops, they street dude, they just crooked cops. They on they street shit too. They robbed you. Why are you telling on them? Go get it back. Now, could you realistically go get it back from the police? No. But according to the street rules, you either got to take the loss of $1 million or go crash out. Regardless, you've just now became a dummy for the streets.
Spray. So after that, a confrontation take place outside, whatever. We get back on it. We get back on the truck. I get dropped off because I knew that was gonna pull the truck over anyway. So we headed back to the Hard Rock. They get pulled over. They take my guys to jail for assault on a security guard or whatever. Mind you, I have my jury sack with my security, like $1 million worth of jury, and after they take them, they take the jury. I get a lawyer from Biloxi to call the lieutenant over the case. He says wasn't no jury in the van, and that he released the van to the owner who we rented it from in Atlanta. So we backtrack. I get my lawyer to call the owner in Atlanta. He say, no, I never picked up my truck. My truck is still in the pound. So they lied about that. Even said they...
By the way, again, I'm following the story. It's making sense. Again, he did the right thing. The police were trying to seize or keep probably in evidence his $1 million in jewelry. He has to do what he can to get it back. But when you do what you can to get it back, when the police are being shady, according to the streets, that might be snitching.
Filled out an inventory and nothing was on the truck. Mind you that my people on the ground telling them, we have a jury sack in there. So basically, I was sprayed in front of my kid, man. I just felt like it's brutality, it's theft. I with him outside when he kept spraying. It had a lot to do with racism.
You been maced before?
I'm a corporation. I'm a man.
All right. Anyway. So that's the whole thing that's kind of happening currently. At the paperwork party, T.I. also was on stage waving the paperwork around. Let me see if I could get that footage right here. Here we go. He was waiting.
Man, T.I.P. the King good, man, right here. Man, T.I.P. the King good, man, right here.
Sorry.